reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons.
If you think I've beaten you up, today I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. And you're going to tell me where you were and who you were with. Welcome again to Victim to Survivor. This is Sylvia here. So those are the words that my abuser greeted me with on the 29th of July 1988 when I walked into our house. Like I promised last week that I will be talking about the events that led to me saying those magic words. Please don't beat me up. Let me pick my stuff and leave. So my big sister somehow had convinced my abuser to let me go to work. So my sister knew a manager at this well-known clothing store in Harare. So I was hired as a cashier. That was my first job ever. I was very excited. My sister was trying to maybe help our marriage. She was thinking that maybe if I have a job and I'm contributing financially, maybe, just maybe, my abuser will think of me differently. Instead of seeing me as, you know, I'm nothing, I'm worthless, I'm nobody, you probably start, you know, valuing me a little bit, which might improve our relationship. Anyway, so on 29 July 1988, I remember that very well. I went to work as usual. My routine was to drop my baby at my sister's because she was babysitting for us, and then I'll catch a bus from my sister's house. Lucky enough, the bus stop was just outside her house. So I'll catch a bus, go to work, then after work I'll do the same thing, get off at my sister's, pick my baby up, then go home. So on this day I dropped my baby as usual, went to work. We had end of the month sale on that day because it was end of July, Friday. To lunch, I didn't even realize that it was 2:30 something when I looked at the clock. After my stomach started rumbling, that's when I realized that, oh my God, I'm starving. I haven't had anything to eat. So as I was talking to one of the supervisors, my manager overheard me saying that I had worked through lunch. And she said, well, it's up to you. You can either go for lunch now or you can just continue working. Then you can go home early, an hour early. We used to finish at 5 o'clock. So she said, you know, you can just leave at 4 if that's what you want. Whatever, you know, works for you. So I decided to continue working. But after talking to my manager, a few minutes after, I received a call from my abuser. He was calling to say he was going to pick me up because the company that he worked for, he used to have like access to the car, you know, the company cars. Sometimes if his bosses were not using the car, and that Friday it was one of those days where the bosses were, I think, out of town. So when he called me to tell me that he was picking me up, I told him that actually I was finishing early and I was going to catch the 4:15 bus. And he said, okay. So after that, I realized after a little while, maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I realized that I needed to pick up a few things from the supermarket. One of them, I remember well, it was cooking oil. We'd run out of cooking oil. So we didn't have mobile phones, you know, cell phones like now. So I couldn't call him back to say, hey, you can come and pick me up. I need to go do some shopping and then I'll wait for you. You know, I could have called him or text him, but we didn't have cell phones that time. So I decided that I was debating, should I go get the, you know, cooking oil and other things that I needed to get, or should I just go home, then ask him to go get it, or we can go together, or you know, with him, I was walking on eggshells. That was the problem. I didn't know what, I didn't want to upset him. I didn't want him to give me a beating because I'm taking long to cook, or, you know, he would have said, oh, so you're not going to start cooking because you don't have cooking. Oh, didn't you know that you needed cooking oil or something like that? So in the end, I was like, you know what, let me just go and get this cooking oil so that when I get home, I can just start cooking. Because I don't want to upset him if I take long to cook, because it was an issue. I actually got beaten up one day for taking too long cooking. And so I went to the supermarket. Of course, I missed the bus, the 4:15. I think it was a 4:15 bus, 4:15, 4:20, somewhere there. But fortunately, my brother-in-law and his friend were actually in the line for the next bus, kind of jumping the line, as it were. And then I got on the next bus, which was maybe 4:45 was the next bus. So I was on the bus with my brother-in-law and his friend. So then I had another dilemma. Do I get off at my sister's, or do I just go home and then come back later to pick up my baby? Then I started thinking about cooking again. That's gonna delay me cooking, right? If I go home without the baby and he says, why didn't you pick up the baby? You need to go and pick. I didn't know. I honestly didn't know what to do with that guy. Everything was just, I have to figure out something that will stop him from, you know, getting upset and end up beating me. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna get off here, pick up my baby, and you know, the other thing I thought, I mean, I've got the groceries with me. It's not like I'm just saying I went to the supermarket and I don't have anything to prove that I was at the supermarket. And also I had gotten on the bus with my brother-in-law and his friend, so that was another proof. So in my head I thought, you know what, that's good enough proof. And also I thought that, you know what, since he has a car today, the chances are he's not going to be home anyway. He's probably going to be driving around and, you know, going to see his friends or whatever. So anyway, I got off at my sister's, and when I got to my sister, she told me that he had picked up our baby. And my sister said, something is not right. He was not himself. I don't know what's going on, but she was like, do you want me to come with you, or are you gonna be fine? And I thought, I'll be okay. You know, I have the groceries and I was on the bus with your husband and his friends, so should be okay. So I walked home, and that's when I walked into the house, he said, if you think I've beaten you up, today I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. I was still carrying the groceries, and I put them on the kitchen table, and something just told me, talk. You can talk, say something. That's when I opened my mouth and I said the liberating words, as I call them, because those words liberated me. That's when I just told him, I said, you know, please don't beat me up. Let me just pick my stuff and go. I didn't even get a chance to explain what had happened, where I was. So I just started packing, you know, shoving everything in the suitcase as fast as I could. I still couldn't believe that he was going to let me go without beating me up. So I did that and walked out. As I was walking out, he said, oh, come and take the baby. The baby's probably not mine, or something like that. So I left my suitcase at the gate, went back, packed my baby's clothes. So now I had 2 suitcases. So I had to leave the suitcases by the gate outside. Then I went to my brother-in-law's friend, lived very close to us. So I went and asked him if he could help me. I did try to speak to him because, you know, remember I said he was on the bus with me and my brother-in-law. So he did try to say, hey, Sylvia was on the bus, she got off, she was coming from Michael's supermarket where but it didn't work. I just said, you know what, please just help me carry my bags. I will go to my sister's house today and that was the end. And I just left and never looked back. And never, he did try to come back saying he wanted me back and all that stuff, but I just said no. I guess I was ready. You know, when you are ready, nobody has to tell you what to do. You just, when you find your voice and you know what you want, that's it. That's how I left. So always remember that walking away from something unhealthy is brave. Even if you stumble on your way out, you're being brave. I hope you stay around, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. The link is down below. I will see you again next Saturday. Bye bye.